We will call this Board of Commissioners to order. If you please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We were presented the minutes from March 2nd, regular session, and the executive session from March 12th. We have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second to approve the regular minutes on March 2nd and the executive session for March 12th. Any discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed. We were presented claims and payroll number 6.
I'll make a motion to approve claims and payroll number 6.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims and payroll number 6. Any discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed. Resolution 2026-5, Conduct Commissioners to sell tax sales certificates. Teresa?
This is something we have every year. These are the properties that did not sell at our commissioner's sale in September of last year. Is to try and get them back on the tax rolls. For some reason, they're just not paying them. And so we try and get them back in the hands of people that actually want to expand their property. So that's what this is in regards to.
Motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2026-05, Conduct Commissioners Sale to Sell Tax Sales Certificates.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to approve Resolution 2026-5. Any further discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed. For presented conference requests, the auditor to attend the spring conference in Indianapolis and Veterans Services to attend the CVSO regional meeting. I'll make a motion to approve the conference request.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Motion and a second to approve the auditor and Veterans Services conference request. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed. All right. Jim Stacy, Performance Services, scope of services being provided.
Good morning, I'm glad to be here after knocking me off the road this morning. Real quick, I'm Jim Stacy from Performance Services. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. We have some other people who've been involved that we're able to be here. I have a really quick agenda here this morning to talk about us and how we operate, talk about the assessment goals and things like that. Kind of show you some format options for those when we do those. And then talk about next steps. So Performance Services started about 27 years ago in Indiana, primarily doing energy projects, which were largely HVAC, electrical, with some architectural improvements. When design build legislation passed in 2005, that fueled a bunch of growth, and we added architectural design capabilities as well as construction management capabilities. So that's been what we've been doing for the past several years. Our background is in functional buildings, and that really forged and honed the processes we use to design and deliver projects. We've been in thousands of facilities in hundreds of Indiana communities, including schools, courthouses, jails, city halls, police stations, fire stations, correctional facilities, hospitals. And the bottom line is we've done several of these, most of them costs that predicted early in the project development cycles, building high performance and world-class customer satisfaction. This is a kind of an overview of our team. It's an experienced and pretty diverse set of professionals that we leverage to develop and design and develop projects. In my opinion, these are the resources that have the biggest impact on how well a building is designed and ultimately how it works. And it's one team. A lot of construction projects include a team, but they're multiple companies, which is, in my opinion, like committees. This is actually under one chain of command. These resources all report to one hierarchy. And public projects are our specialty. It's what we do. All the services we provide are geared around designing and delivering high-performing buildings. We do comprehensive facility assessments, capital project master planning, integrated design and delivery. We guarantee performance, and we ultimately take long-term accountability for how this building functions. We help clients navigate options, basically. Common to the 2,000 plus facilities we've built and renovated. Public projects always involve hundreds of decision makers and tons of options and curves and changes along the way. And so we like to help clients navigate those options, whether they're looking to purchase or repurpose or build new. Once we've invested the time to understand the needs and wants the communities, we work with them to figure out the best path forward. Presently, the scope of services that we've been asked to do is look at the east and west annex as well as the meeting space at the county highway garage. The east annex is lightly utilized right now. It was occupied while the courthouse project was going on, and now that's over. It's underutilized, so we were looking at possibly repurposing the west annex and then also doing some improvements to the county highway garage and the meeting space and restrooms, and potentially address some ADA issues there. That's what we've been asked to do so far. And we have basically done some 360 scans to help us as a team communicate and understand what's there. I've got a couple examples of what we do in our community assessments. The format is flexible. They're comprehensive. They include interior and exterior structure, paving, HVAC, electrical, traffic patterns, security, storage, all those types of things. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is it provides our clients an effective roadmap based on needs and really looking at it from a total cost of ownership for the client. This is one pretty simple example of an assessment that we've done in the past. It's really a simple scoring format that basically represents the remaining useful life of the facility. It provides budgetary information and reviews major building components. The second example is really more of a typical, more detailed format that we more likely use for facilities we've been looking at. Includes it's a master planning building condition report, basically. Includes all the major facility components with more detail. It has a condition, has comments, recommended action, and it provides budgetary considerations based on urgency. Sometimes there are immediate needs, short-term and long-term. So this is a document that really helps clients navigate how they want to operate the building. There are other county facilities that have recently come to our attention. A recent opportunity presented itself. Looks like a pretty good opportunity for repurposing a nice Columbus facility. And it's an option we're happy to look at for the city or the county. I just have a few examples of projects we've done. This is in Rushville. It's a adaptive reuse where the city was struggling to meet their budget, and we came in and were able to get this project completed on time and under budget, and it included multiple stakeholders. Elkhart County consolidated courthouse building and jails examples. And this final slide is just a really quick some information on something I'm really proud of is our customer satisfaction rating. This is a rating system done by Walker Research. I won't bore you with all the details, but at the end of the day, you may recognize some of these companies with some pretty high ratings. Our rating is actually 88. 70 to 80 is considered elite and rare. Our rating is actually 88. So we're really proud of that. So next steps will be just really talk about the stakeholders and review the needs and wants with the stakeholders and mechanics and understand what the goals they've set for facilities. Potentially look at the property at 350 East 50 North at the Nice Columbus facility and begin to review those options for you guys. And your timeline is our timeline. You can be here when you need us. That's basically all I have.
Thank you, Jim. You mentioned the Knights of Columbus building. Where we are with that is that the commissioners made a motion to pursue that with stipulations to continue to look into that based upon one county council approval for finances, which they had looked at last week. Then the next steps would be an appraisers that would come in to see if it's a fair market value, to see where we are with that. Building inspection, which is part of that, and any other legal requirements that would be necessary to move forward with that if we chose to move forward with that. So am I missing anything, Jacob?
Pretty much it.
So, and then what you provided was things that we're looking at as far as all of our facilities, which you provided with a couple of your slides there, to look at the roofs, the HVAC, the plumbing, everything that was listed there to see where we are. Now, your services are, if you will, free until we move on something. Is that correct?
We consider them at risk, yes. And having grown up in the energy savings project world, it's been our methodology really to kind of assess and develop the project. And so we do those things at risk with multiple off-ramps. You know, if we can't come to terms with figure out project work for your budget and scope you need, and we can both part ways at any time. So it's we provide multiple off-ramps along the way.
Very good. Very good. And earlier we had, a motion was made to have performance services look at the West Annex and East Annex. And then since the Knights of Columbus have presented an opportunity, you know, that building's presented an opportunity, not that we're moving forward, but just we've kind of like hold the brakes a little bit on this whole thing. Any questions or comments for Jim?
No, we're happy to have you look into all this. It's been a long time, I think, and we really need to assess all these buildings before we make any decisions to move forward. So, yeah, appreciate your information.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you for your time.
Edwin is next on the agenda for Percy. Public hearing on the White Post Township Fire Station grant.
Yeah, as you remember, last fall, the township asked you to sponsor a grant on behalf for a new fire station. We submitted the proposal, but they did not move forward with the full application because they were still working on their local match. They've told me they are ready to move forward this round. So this is a public hearing, getting public comments or questions. For the county's proposed application to the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs for a $750,000 public facilities grant. The total project cost is estimated right now $1,700,750. So the grant would be $750,000, and the local amount is $950,750. So, you know, they are talking to the Community Foundation about a significant grant from them for the project, so that is moving forward. So the proposal, they moved the proposal date to April 5th, and the full application will be June 7th, with awards towards the end of August. So we just need to ask if there are any public comments or questions, and then I need a motion to move forward.
Very good. So at this time, we'll open public comments on this hearing concerning the White Post Township Fire Station grant. I think it's a wonderful idea. We were all in support of it last time. It's something that is very much needed in the Maryville White Post area. Any public comment? Yes, sir.
Yes, on behalf of the Darrow Fire Department, we absolutely do need a new fire station. I really hope you guys all move forward with the grant for that. Thank you for all the help.
Very good. And I'm sorry, could you please state your name for the record?
I'm James Fager, resident of Pulaski.
Thank you, Mr. Failer. Anyone else? Being none, then we'll make a motion to close the hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
I'll second it.
Motion to second, close the hearing. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then I'll make a motion to continue with this process, with the grant process with Curbsy for the White Post Township Fire Station grant.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Teresa, do you have the paper to sign? Or do you have the paper to sign? We'll get that to you. Take it from there.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll have another public hearing in May probably, and we'll have one more paperwork to sign.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Eddie. Jolynn Bainey, County Clerk.
Morning.
Morning.
County Clerk, Becky McLeod, she's my voter registration and election deputy. This morning, we're here to get a IT contract signed with Degree Technology. I would like to nominate Willie Degree. This is going to be his last election cycle with Pulaski County, as he has moved on to other ventures, and we're hoping that our in-house IT Tabor Brown can shadow him and pick up a lot of what Willie has done for us in Degrees of Done for us in the past. So we have the contract that we need to have signed by you, and adopted, please. And then we will have it signed by the board, the election board. The next thing is.
Jolynn, let's finish that one before we get. So we have a motion to approve the contract.
I'll make a motion to approve the IT contract for elections.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve the IT contract for elections. Any discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. Do you guys want to sign that? Next thing is, I know this has been a lot of back and forth, but these are the steps we have to take to designate the empty security room as the Clerk East Annex office. Early voting has to take place in a room or building that is considered an annex to the clerk's office. So this is the resolution that the election board has written up to actually adopt the security room to be the East Annex to the clerk's office. So that we can have early voting in it. So that would be the next, we need it signed and adopted by the commissioners, so that it will be signed and adopted by the election board.
I'll make a motion to accept the resolution to use the security room as a voting site, early voting site.
I'll second it.
Motion and second to approve the resolution for to use the security room across from the clerk's office as an early voting site. Any discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Thank you.
And the last one, we've had conversations about this in the past. I would like to see something written down and adopted by the commissioners about campaign signage on county-owned property. This became an issue 2 years ago during the 2024 election, when we had to move early voting out to the county highway building because of the courthouse renovation project. And it's not so much for the local candidates, really, it's a lot of it for the out-of-town candidates who come in and try to get a hold of either the chair or the clerk's office and say, you know, a lot of times they say, well, another county say this. Well, this is Pulaski County, and I would like the commissioners, and I think it would be easier all the way around if the commissioners had something in writing. But that's completely this is completely up to the commissioners, just an issue in the past.
So Joanne, the proposed resolution of this, you had a chance to review that we had read last meeting, and you're fine with that?
We seem to be, we haven't had an election board meeting in the meantime, but we can put it forth at the next meeting, which we hope will be Thursday or Friday.
Okay, we have that resolution, don't you, to be approved. Have you seen any resolution like that in the past?
I have not, and we had prior county attorney Kevin Tankersley do a lot of studying on this for us. There is some mention about signage in the county about the UDO, but nothing about campaign signage specifically.
Okay.
And this isn't for any other reason than just signage on county-owned property, the county highway, which is a polling location on election day. The courthouse, which is going to be used for early voting and will be used as central count on election day. Any place else, as long as they are all within the requirements of outside the chute of a 50-foot semicircle, it was just a straight line, it is now a semicircle. That they can do whatever the building owners want, as Star City or Francisville or Perryville or Monterey, but specifically county-owned properties.
Very good. The resolution that we had presented, you said you're good with, that we reviewed, says that the political campaign sign shall not be placed on county-owned property during the early voting period. 2, campaign signs intended for placement shall be restricted to private property and designated campaign offices. 3, local election officials shall monitor and ensure compliance with this policy. And 4, any signs found on county property during early voting shall be promptly removed by the authorized personnel, which is you and the election board. So if we're good with this, we have a motion to approve resolution 2026-2.
I'll make the motion to approve the resolution 2026-2.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve resolution 2026-2, political campaign signs on county-owned property during early voting. Any discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank you.
And there's one more issue that we have, Teresa and I have been working on. The clerk's office houses the postage meter for the county that several offices use. Our lease was up a couple of weeks ago. The company that we've been using is Quiet. It is now Postal Source. It changed without warning. Teresa and I have been doing some checking in on Postal Source to see if the services are any different or comparable, if the prices are different. We've also been in contact with Postal Source themselves, who are trying to get us to sign a lease with them. We've also been in touch with a company named Pinnacle, who goes through Pitney Bowes. One of the things we're trying to do away with that takes up a lot of time, specifically in the clerk's office, is the certified mailings with the green cards. This Pinnacle company can do away with the green certification cards. It will all be done electronically. Teresa and I met with both judges that are on board with it. So once we have full proposals from the other companies, we'll bring them for you so we can make a decision about the postage.
Very good.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next on our agenda is Laura Wheeler, board appointment for Star City Sewer District.
I don't see her.
If you would, please.
Okay. Moving, Teresa Callaway, Assessor's Office, dealing with software proposal.
Thank you, Teresa.
asking this morning for approval for purchasing a tablet and extending the contract that we have currently with Exsoft. Exsoft is the company we use to do reassessments. And that's the company we will continue to use, but with the tablet, it has a separate software package that we have to have. The package and licensing is in that. To get it set up, I believe it's $6,260. But then the annual amount would be for $1,260, which is to help support that and the maintenance. Current, and then the laptop or the tablet is $2,052. And I've talked with Tabor for the tablet. I've also talked to him. In addition, there's an additional amount, adding that we would be paying for. It's $120 per month, but it's $1440 for annually for the IT security and the licensing on that tablet. The tablet would be used to do our field work. Currently, we print off 4,500 sheets of paper to be used to do the cyclical reassessments that we have to do. That's every year. We do have it currently in cyclical reassessment. We have enough to cover this for $11,900 still available. This year total will be $9,752 for this year.
9,000 what?
$9,752.
So the tablet just does, I mean, you're increasing, you're improving your technology to be able to do it through that without the hard copies.
Yeah, it'll save a lot of time from printing paper, routing paper. There's a mat function out there, so you don't have to like pre-route your cars before you go out there and use the mat function. When we complete the field work, we just check it back in to the office staff, so it's not like we have to come back to the office and make sure we give them the physical cards, give them the photos to upload. The tablet takes the photos and puts it right into the in-camera software, so it'll save time with uploading photos, printing cards. When taxpayers call, there'll be like a PDF in the software. You can just pull it up instead of having to go back to a filing cabinet and pull out the field card. Just stuff like that.
Okay.
Very good.
This is my friend, he works with Nexus, so he does all of our field work.
Okay,
So
very good.
he would be the one using that.
Okay. So you're asking for approval for the tablet
And the
and the
software.
Tablet,
fees,
the
and the
software,
software fees.
Yep.
That includes also the IT and software that has to be on working with the
Total price is $9,752.
for this year. And then after that,
Annual of $1,260.
well, 2,700
Right.
Okay.
because of the software, because of the IT,
Yes.
the stuff that goes to IT. I believe he's starting to make sure all of the departments pay for that themselves. That's what I
Thanks
was
very
told by
much.
Tabor, so.
Right, he is. I think it's very much needed, so
I agree.
anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the tablet and licensing for Surface Pro, is that what it would be called? Okay, for the assessor's office.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to approve the tablet as well as the correct software, what's needed with that. Any discussion? We have a motion and a second. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank you. Rick?
Lower.
Laura? Aye. You're on the agenda.
Well, just the form, I just sent the form because the Star City Sewer, the commissioners appoint two positions to the Star City Sewer. And Dalton Grandstaff is doing one, he's replacing someone, and I can't tell you who it was now, and then George Klein has been there for quite a while. So those two are willing to serve again, and so I'm just asking that you appoint those. Two are done by the commissioner, one is done by the town council, one is done by the district trustee.
Okay,
One by the commissioners?
two.
Two, I'm sorry. Okay.
Right. So those are the two that need to be reappointed by you. if you so choose.
And we said in April is when we would start advertising that. So, very good. So,
I'll make a motion to reappoint the two existing.
I'll second the motion.
motion and a second to reappoint the two existing individuals for the Star City Sewer District. Any further discussion? Being none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank
Thank
you.
you, Laura. Mhm.
Thank you. Rick Anderson, Virgie, conduct facility assessments. Thank you.
Pronounce that Virgie, is that how?
Verigy.
Verigy, okay.
Morning, Don. We've got a conversation. So, yeah, appreciate your time this morning. So it sounds like facility morning. Anyway, it sounds like you're already down the path with one of my competitors. So what I'll do is I'll make mine very brief. We do very similar things, but in the fact that we've got to expound, some resources to do a similar situation rather than doing that. I'll just take off and say that, if this doesn't work out with these guys, you have my information. We do things a little bit differently, but fairly similar. So we take a little bit more of a slant on the utility situation where, your utility situation is not the greatest currently in the state of Indiana. We're trying to cut your operational costs, energy and operational costs, and upgrade your infrastructure. I also gave you a handout on this, something called the Inflation Reduction Act, which was brought to pass back in 22, allows you guys to get back on solar, geothermal, or battery technology, a 30 to 40% payback from the federal government on projects that you do. So again, I gave you a couple of case histories on some projects that we've done as well. But again, if something doesn't work out with these guys, you have my information, and happy to help.
Could you go just a little bit more in depth what you do with the energy aspect that you were?
Yeah, so I'm looking at anything that's utilizing utilities in your building. So HVAC, lighting, plumbing. We do quite a bit of solar as well. So I think the information I gave you there, a couple more projects we've done since the inception of our company. We've done probably 50 to 75 solar projects in the state of Indiana.
So I don't think we're looking at that, but kind of analyzing the facilities, the heating and cooling,
Correct.
And lighting.
Correct. Yeah, anything utilizing utilities in your buildings we look at. So you got it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
for coming.
thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Janet from the Historical Society. Good morning.
Historical Society, remember we had this Pulaski County marker out here, which is right there. Somehow, or another, I think it was during Reconstruction, maybe they took that out of there, but we want to place it back. And we want to put it right where it was before, which was right out here, easily seen by the passersby. It commemorates
All the-
Pulaski County.
It's the sign.
Yes, that
itself,
big metal
the
sign.
historical marker itself
Yeah,
on Tall
yeah.
View. We know where the historical marker is?
So that came down actually well before construction. I think a storm actually knocked it out of the ground. I could be mistaken, but I believe maintenance has it in the shop over by Marathon. So I'm 95% certain it's still in our possession, and maintenance just has it in the shop.
Just recently,
I see.
a couple of the Historical Society members went over there and they took it to the storeroom at the Historical Society. The concrete post rebar was damaged. And so we have it over there and we're going to repair it and then place it back out here. So you can see where it will go.
Sure can.
Very good,
And
absolutely.
it will require a little digging on the courthouse lawn.
Nathan will do it.
Pouring some.
Pouring
If the commissioners are good with it, I think we can.
Yeah, it was there prior to
Just sort of
construction.
It's been there for a long time.
before
Yeah.
the landscaping contractor comes back and deals with any receiving side, whatever we need to do.
Right. Okay.
You work with Larry, and thank you, get that done. We'll get it up there. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
We don't need a motion to do that, do we?
No,
No,
it was already there.
Let's put it back on.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Janet.
Thank you.
Okay, VS updates, Nathan?
Amber, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Wonderful. Good morning, everyone. I will be standing in for Tim today, as you can see. Tim is unfortunately sick with food poisoning, so I am going to give the report today, provide you with some notes. I'll start with Gannon South and Central projects, and then I'll get into the other projects. So first and foremost, the vegetation buffer. We have reviewed our internal team, and yes, I reviewed the changes that the developer wants to make. Although not fully aligned with what was discussed with the county, it was over 50% aligned. We reviewed the plans for ordinance alignment and provided some comments on Friday. Then we took a call on Saturday to provide some clarity on those comments. However, we have not heard back since from them. Next, fence setback with regulated ditch. We are still tracking this particular issue. Disputed road violations. We met with the county and the developer attorneys on Friday to develop a process for the disputed photos that the developer doesn't accept as theirs, but the county does. So we are moving forward with those 20 violations accordingly now, and those are planning to be issued tomorrow. On the topic of violations, we are still tracking and fighting them accordingly. We have reached out to the auditor for an update on payments again. I just reached out to our inspector this morning with our certain update, but I have not heard back from him quite yet. And when I do, I will be sure to let you all know on that update. And then should have received the progress report for all projects over the weekend. If we're all good there, I can move on to items outside of the management, south and central projects.
Any questions thus far?
Amber, did you say you need to reach out to auditor? I mean, Teresa, can you give us an update on violations?
Yeah, so I know our inspector reached out. I don't know, we're trying to just track those payments. So I reached out to our inspector this morning, who's been in touch with the auditor, but I don't know whether or not he's heard back yet.
Okay.
Did they just reach out today?
I'm not sure. I think he reached out last week when I talked to him.
Okay, because Teresa, our auditor, has not heard anything thus far.
Okay, let me notify him that then, and I'll have him put something at the top of your inbox this morning if that works.
Have we received any payments, Teresa, lately? For
Not
violations?
since, well, we did receive some payment early in March.
Early in March?
Yes, but we
Okay.
have not received, as far as I know, we have not received anything lately.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, Teresa, I'll let him know, and again, I'll make sure you put something at the top of your inbox this morning.
Okay, thank you.
May I ask one more question, John, to Amber? Amber, I attended the Mammoth construction meeting on Thursday.
Okay.
Casey Riley kind of mentioned the vegetation buffering as though it was decided already. That was kind of the language and tone that was used. We will definitely hear back before anything is finalized on that, correctly, as commissioners?
Did you say you will hear back?
No, we have not seen what has been proposed from the company to VS. We left it, the company was to give it to VS. VS was supposed to talk to them, and eventually, which it sounds like we're in that area, they're supposed to present it back to us as commissioners. So we know what they are proposing and where we are with that. So we have not seen that yet.
Right, sorry, the audio was a little long, so I think I got you there. So the developer sent those plans over to VS. We have reviewed those plans. Tim reported back that we're 50% aligned with what was discussed with the county. And yes, we reviewed the plans just for alignment with the ordinance and provided comments back on Friday. The developer had some questions about those comments. We took a call with them on Saturday to sort of provide clarity on what VS commented back to them. Since we provided those comments, we have not heard back from the developer.
Okay. You might want to make note to get those to us in the near future here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll reach out to our internal team to update that you guys have not received it yet. And, I will put that at the top of our priority list.
Right. Can you also confirm with them that nothing should be done until they have the okay from the commissioners before they
I will
proceed?
do it. I'm gonna take that note really quick.
And since we are changing the original agreement that was done,
I will communicate that, and I will CC you all on that email when I send it out so that you can verify that.
all right, I'm touching base with our attorney here. Since this was done back in, 22 or 23, and we're making revisions on that, will that have to come to us for a vote?
Yeah, yes, once you amend them.
Okay. Very good.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, and yeah, any other questions related to Manor South and Central?
No.
Okay, I'll move on to the other projects then. So, Bottle Brush, we did have a rookie kickoff meeting with that team. That occurred on February 18th. I provided those meeting minutes to all meeting attendees on March 10th. Our next May Apple Progress meeting is scheduled for March 25th. And then as for our next progress meeting with Moss Creek and Bottle Brush, I have reached out to both developer teams to get those meetings scheduled here in the near future. As for Mammoth Pastures and Grazing, so we submitted our scope of deed to the county and develop, so the county and developer can move forward with the agreement for compliance monitoring. We are not looking for an action on this today. And then, Hewitt coordination. So Tim, you guys have received an email from Tim on Friday evening. He sent over a task order for the Hewitt coordination. This is the contractor for AEP, and we submitted a task order using our on-call aid to the county in coordination. We included specific verbiage in the agreement that we could report when we're close to the $5,000 mark to confirm our services are needed. We plan to optimize our time with the other contracts, but we are looking for a decision on this today. So I don't know if you all want to discuss, and hopefully have a moment to look into that specific task order that's in the over Friday evening.
What is she?
I think she's asking for the approval of the contract for the company that is coming in to work with AEP, correct?
Yes.
That you will be the compliance monitors for that project.
On Friday evening for Hewitt coordination. And again, this is the contractor for AEP. So we are looking for, a decision on this specific task order.
Say that again.
I said in my conversation with Attorney Shellman, he had indicated that if VS says that something is not compliant, that they will make the alterations until it meets compliance.
So this
They're not resistant to it, I guess. Is
Right. And I know it's more than our building department has. I mean, this is out of the scope of the services that our building inspector would provide. So, yeah.
Yeah. And Darrell will pay for this.
Yeah.
Okay. So do those payments come to the county and the county pays VS like we have been? Jacob, is that correct?
Yeah, it should be the same, similar to how special counsel and those sorts of things.
Right.
It would go through the county claims process essentially.
What we started this year.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you in a group?
She's going. She's covered up.
She's behind it.
Would you agree with the payment process, Amber?
So to clarify, you said in the same way which that is being conducted, like a manned project, for example.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I believe that is the understanding. I can verify with him, but I would be surprised if that was the case.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So
Yeah, we appreciate that, thank you.
So make a motion to approve the contract?
I'll make a motion to approve the contract between VS and, how do you pronounce that? Cluit or whatever that company is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion and second to approve the contract between VS and Fluid. Any discussion other than we believe it's very much necessary in helping the county move forward with this? And it is paid by Durrell, and the process would be bills would come here, money would come here, then it probably would go. So, all right, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? That was approved.
Great, thank you all so much. That's all I have, unless anyone has any additional questions.
Any questions for VS?
No. No.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, have a great day, thank you so much.
Anything else along those lines?
No.
Next, under discussion is the tower clock company proposal.
What is that?
So we were presented some information. Teresa, did you receive that then? They come in, they do maintenance on our clock. Now, if I recall right, it was $900.
That is correct.
What's all the maintenance that they do?
Says they adjust, calibrate, clean, and oil the tower clock movement. The clean the tower clock mainframe, adjust and tighten all bolts and screws to specifications, inspect and adjust mercury switches, repack gear motors, and check for excessive wear. Inspect all dial gears, shafts, and universal joints for excessive wear. Clean, adjust, and oil the dial gear assemblies. Clean, adjust, and oil the cluster gear assembly. Dust, clean, and inspect all dial glass. Calibrate and synchronize movement time with strike. Synchronize all 4 sets of clock hands and set to the correct time. Adjust the tower bell hammer to its proper setting. This offer does not include any work needed on the outside of the building. It's saying $900.
Is this something we've had done before?
Good question.
I was gonna say, who sent this? Somebody that just drives around and looks at clocks, or has that ever been done before?
Not that I'm aware of.
And I don't know if it was mainly maintenance that did it, but
Is there a contact person on
yes,
there?
there is. But it looks like they're based out of South Charleston, Ohio. Phil Wright is the owner.
Is this an annual or a one-time, or what?
Says that
I interpreted it as a one-time thing, it'd be an annual maintenance. I think we need to look into it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
I do too.
I thought it was something that was normally done. And I think that we want it to work, but I think we need to look into this company and maintenance for a little bit as well.
Don, other than.
Yes, sir.
Other than, I don't know if Larry has been up there to reset the faces for girls. They can have pretty much everything on the clock. The clock was included in the construction, so that's all been updated.
Okay.
It does seem like something we might want to have a conversation with them or someone else about annual maintenance, because that is a very specialized set of skills for the company. And the bell part of it, until, we have our contingency back and see what's left, Burden hasn't even touched the bell, so having them make adjustments on a bell that isn't running yet doesn't seem like it would be advisable at this point. But I do think, depending on what Larry thinks, that would be a good conversation to have about long-term annual service because of all of the intricacies in it relative to most of what maintenance does.
I was keeping good time, ain't it?
Yeah, it's, like I said, Burden was just up there as part of the project.
I look at it and though he looks like it's about what time my watch says it is.
I think the west face is a couple minutes off, but the other three, I think you're correct.
Very good. Thanks for that information.
Yeah, thank you.
So we'll look into this and see where we go, but annual maintenance probably would be good for this, but you email those to us, so I'll be able to make a few phone calls.
Okay.
That's all right with all of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Other items for discussion at this point with the commissioners? Jimmy?
No, I don't.
Okay. So at this time, we do have a drainage board meeting at 10 o'clock, but we do have time for some public comment. If you would please come to, if you wish to have public comment, please sit in the chair, state your name, residence, and make your comments, and we will consider your comments. And then please allow for 2 minutes, and you can only speak once. Anyone for public comment? Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Steve Menzer. I live in Stark County, just barely over the line, but I work in Pulaski County, and I work at the Mammoth Solar Project. So I am in charge of all the hiring of the union tradespeople for that project. And at our peak, I've hired around 1,900 people. And hopefully you've noticed a very noticeable decrease in traffic recently because we laid off several. We're down to about 750 people now. But I am not speaking on behalf of technical discussion or Doral. Just want to make that clear. I'm speaking on behalf of the union members that are building this project, what a wonderful job they've done, and the contributions they've made to the community, and what this project means for their families. So they're good paying union jobs, great benefits, health care, pensions, and so forth. And local residents, I think that's a big part of this. We've got a lot of Pulaski County residents. I know one who's joined us today, is an operating engineer. We are, at one point, we were at 93% Indiana residents. We're now at 88%. So I just wanted to highlight that important fact. I don't believe the first phase of the project was anywhere close to that several years ago in Mammoth North, but we are doing very well there. The difference in the, not 100% or close to 100%, is a lot of our electricians. The local union up here in LaPorte is not really large enough to handle all the various projects, the data centers and the steel mills and everything else. So we have a lot of travelers from southern states that have joined us, but they're all union workers. I just want to note a few contributions we made on the local economy. You know, with that number of people, we're spending money at these local restaurants. We're spending money for lodging. You know, a lot of our staff professionals, including myself, and I've got a place up on Bass Lake that I'm renting. But like I said, I work here, been up here for over a year. Many of our staff professionals are taking up vacancies in the area, as well as our traveling members that I mentioned. They're looking for campgrounds and vacancies as well. Let me put my glasses on so I can read some of my fine print. One of the things we did was we organized some training for some pre-apprentices. Again, the electricians kind of low in manpower needs here. So we put on a class here in Winnemac. We hosted one at the fire station that we recruited. We ended up recruiting 3 local Winnemac residents for the project as a pre-apprenticeship program into the electrical trades. Very proud of that. I know I've got 2 minutes, but just want to highlight that they are still on the project as a pathway into an apprenticeship and a skilled trade. So very good, very happy for them. But the materials, signage, trucking, logistics, metal fab, utilities, sanitation, like Kirby with LAP, he's really glad to have us out here. Great guy. Tiffany's One-Eyed Jack, Francisville Market. I've got to know so many people here in the community for our catering needs, and we spent tens of thousands of dollars. So that's all I really wanted to point out is something positive about the project and something that some good things have come of this. And I understand the concerns of the citizens, and I respect those concerns. I just want to point out some good things we're doing. So I know that there was some talk at your last meeting about putting a pause on any future projects. I've got a lot of union members here today. I don't believe that they're all going to speak at all, but, you know, they ask if you don't put a pause on that. A lot of these people have to travel for an hour or more from Pulaski County if they don't have this opportunity. These are good local jobs for our local residents. So I ask that you reconsider that and that we can provide a steady income, benefits, and just great jobs to provide for these members' families. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
May I ask you one question? You mentioned employees that come from Pulaski County. As the hiring person, can you tell me how many specifically are from Pulaski County?
Yes, ma'am. At peak, we had 3.2% of the project were Pulaski County residents. Now, the local unemployment rate being around 2.3%, I believe, which was down % from a year ago. We've done about all we can do as far as our recruiting efforts. So I'm pretty happy with that 3.2%, you know, overall. But everybody's within an hour drive here in Northwest Indiana, either from Crown Point and LaPorte and areas like that.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for your information. Mhm.
Anyone else for public comment? Hello, sir.
Good
morning.
Morning.
Thank you for your service.
If you'd state your name and
My name
residence.
is
for
Dennis
record.
Pope. I live in Franklin Township. And I'll try to be brief. I have some neighbors that are signed up for the Mammoth Grazing Land Project. And there seems to be I'm just going to stand on their behalf and I can name them. Jerry and Marcia Olds, Nancy and Monty Gum, and Sue Wright. These are people that are very close to me. And there's been some confusion on, is the project going to go through? And there's been moratorium talks, and they're very confused. So they asked me, as their neighbor with the big mouth, if I can just come forth and say, please, allow this project to go through, and maybe it has. I'm just reiterating, please let it go through. And I'm standing with them along with my father, who's not here, and many other people on the project that we were really counting on this project, and we think it can help our families and future generations, and also be a benefit to the county. I don't want to give you opinions. I'm just giving you my plea.
Thank you.
As well as my neighbors.
Thank you.
You have any comments about that?
What's that?
You have any updates with that or not?
No, nothing that hasn't already been said, I guess.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
Jason Creasbaum, IUOE Local 150, 2193 West 84th Place, Maryville, Indiana. Thank you, Commissioners, for giving us the opportunity to speak here this morning. On Mammoth Solar Project, what it's done for Local 150 has just been absolutely amazing. This project alone is one of the largest in our geographical area in our jurisdiction. And with that, we were able to put 74, I believe, apprentices, young men and women, to work on this project. It has been a great opportunity for them to get into a trade and start off right off the get-go with amazing healthcare, pension, great wage. It's been just growing. We're keeping all Indiana workers and bringing young people in and keeping them on here, you know. It's been absolutely fabulous. They were going to plan on doing another expansion, and hope that the commission would approve that. It's just the growth and spending money here. I'm actually from Cool Springs Township, and before I would come down here with my kids and show them this project and what the work is, and we'd stop here and have lunch and just drive, and it's just amazing to see all the work. what it's doing for young people to learn a trade and a craft. You know, we're a support craft, so for every one of our operators, we usually support 4 to possibly 10 other crafts. So, working together, just doing it safely, proudly, it's been amazing. The one thing about bringing apprentices in on a large project like this is that, especially with Bechtel, their safety program is just the best there is. And we build muscle memory into these young apprentices. They are experiencing safety and awareness every single day for a long period of time. Sometimes you get on smaller projects where safety programs aren't the same, you know? They might learn some bad habits. But when they're on a project like this, they are building some of the best safety they could, and awareness and watching their surroundings, working in tight areas. And with what you guys have proved, you guys have been a big part of that, and I thank you for that. So moving forward, if there was to be an expansion, we would proud to be a part of that project. And you guys have done a lot for the local tradesmen, and I thank you again for that. With that, we've also, we've had 200 plus journeyman operators out there working with these apprentices. And a big portion of, I would say 96% of our operating engineers are from Indiana. So they've all been on this project. And that has supported our great wages and healthcare, and just been amazing. With the high demand for energy, you guys have stepped up and trying to build supply. And you guys are leading the way in that. So I would say keep up the fabulous work on that.
You're getting close on your time, sir, or you've exceeded 2 minutes, but.
Yep, and with that, I will close. Thank you for this opportunity. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. Nice to see you today. I'm, from earlier, I'm James Faber. I live in Pulaski County. I reside in Cass Township. And I'm with Local 150, International Union of Operating Engineers. And I've currently been employed by Bechtel on the Mammoth Solar Project. And it has benefited me and my family very well. The pay is great. People I've worked with are wonderful, and I'm treated very well there. Also, being a first responder and a firefighter in this county, working in this county, it's nice to be able to, do what I like to do as a firefighter and a first responder. I get to participate in, emergency calls and whatnot that I'm working there in this county. With all that being said, solar is here. We need to find a way of, making the most out of it. And that means not using, cheap outsourced labor. We need to keep these projects moving forward with skilled construction. That means local union labor.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Billy Vogt, and just wanted to take an opportunity, both family farms, kind of representing my father as well. Here is my brother already spoke, but I just want to extend an invitation to the commissioners. We're doing an agrivoltaic site in the Mammoth North project. So if you have any questions or if you'd like to view the site, give you that opportunity. I would love to extend that invitation to speak with you personally or show you what's happening at the Mammoth North. Because one of the questions that's continually come up before us is, we take all this farm ground out, what are we doing with it? And I always try to challenge people in this area is that the sky's the limit. We're doing the sheep on the project, we could do pigs. This year we're adding in laying chickens and we're doing some other things with meat chickens. So there's a lot of opportunity for young farmers to stay involved in the county. and stay here working. I shared this real quick story. My daughter wanted to stay on the farm and do a small farm, so she wasn't able to come back to the farm, work for CFS. Well, when the Mammoth Solar came into play, we said, hey, we would like to do that and rotate. So long story short, my daughter and son-in-law are both now full-time back on the farm, farming the farm that my father started in 1956, and doing other areas of the Mammoth North project. So really, I was just here to extend an invitation. If you have any questions or would like to see what's happening, actually physically see what's happening on Agri-Rotate's on the site, I would love to meet with you guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Billy.
Morning, Commissioners. Nick Pollock with the Carpenters Union, here to speak on behalf of all the members that we have working out in the Mammoth Solar Project. I got to start by letting you know that this is the first time I've been in the historic courthouse building since the renovations, and it looks beautiful. So good job on that. So we have actually organized over the past 2 years in anticipation of the project and during the different phases of the project, over 700 new apprentices into the Carpenters Union alone. We trained over 1,000 of our members on how to install solar arrays and piling associated work that comes along with the solar farm. And these are skills that our members are going to be able to take not only with this project, but also to future projects with them. And that's what the apprenticeships are all about. It's about teaching construction workers a life skill, right? Our jobs or our careers could be as short as 30 years, depending on how old we are when we get in. And we've actually had members who are 18 years old right out of high school that have come to work on this project. And we've had members who hit that 55 years of age who have retired on this project. So we've had a whole gamut of different ends of the spectrum as far as members that have worked on this project. It's projects like this that keep our members going. We have to have construction projects to send our members to. Right now, I think Bechtel had projected 480 carpenters for the project, and we actually went up over 650 local carpenters for the project. We dispatched over 900 throughout the duration of the project, all local. What I consider local for the carpenters were the 7 counties in Northwest Indiana. We do only have about 65 of our members that live in Pulaski County. And we've been very accommodating to those members who have asked to work in their backyard. But the nature of construction is all about timing, and we have to have our members available when the project starts. So it depends. But over 95% of the carpenters on this project are from the 7 counties in Northwest Indiana. So I thank you for that, and I'm here just to ask for your support for any future solar projects in Pulaski County.
Thank you.
Morning.
Morning.
Make this brief. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Kevin Mitchell. I'm president of the Field Rep of Lakeville 274 in Lafayette, Indiana, 1734 Main Street. My residence is Dayton, Indiana. I cover 13 counties of work, of jurisdiction, Pulaski being one of my most northern counties, all the way down to Boone and Tippin counties to the south. I have 1,200 members in my local. On this project in Bechtel, I have had at peak 170 with Bechtel, and I believe between the subs, I had somewhere around 97 on top of that. So, we're almost 300 people on this project. I think I had 12 from Pulaski County, and between White and Cass counties, I think I had another 45, 47. And then the rest mostly came from either Howard County or Pulaski County. I even had some come from Boone County. They weren't on this project. We had 72 apprentices started on this project at peak. And I just want to make this more of a personal comment. I'd like to see you continue this work, this type of work, and these projects. You guys got the corner of the market right now. They allow us to support our families. These younger people getting in, I'm almost done. You know, I mean, I got in 1984. I've been in. I graduated at 17. A month later, I worked for Fall Construction in Lafayette, and I've been in it ever since. Paving or doing pipe, and then now as a rep. But I've grown a family. Got a daughter. I've got a grandson now who's taller than me. And this is the family building for Hoosiers. The only people I had that were out of state on this project were the 5 with their boss. Was one subcontractor came from Nevada to do the fencing out there. And he signed up another, I think, 7 with me. And then hired another 35 of my local people. So we were able to keep this going, and this is what builds Indiana. This is and this is from a Hoosier that's grown up here. I'm going to live. I'm going to die here. I mean, these are the type of projects. So I would like to speak on behalf of that, and hope you continue forward with it.
Thank you
again for your time, Les.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
My name is Bob Gardner. I live in Merrimack. Sit here listening to tell us how great all this is that they did for us. And I don't know, but evidently they haven't been out by the area where they've been working because it looks like a dump. I mean, there's cardboard, plastic, paper everywhere out there. I mean, and evidently if it blows on the neighbor's yard, they really don't want the solar to begin with. They just leave it. I mean, they should have secured it down before they had all this wind and that. They knew it was coming. It wasn't that they didn't know. But I mean, when you go out and where I live at, in the area I live at, Rich Grove, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, and they just leave it. Nobody cleans it up evidently. It's, I guess, for the people that really don't want it, they're the ones supposed to clean it up. So now they tell us how good it is. So, I mean, that's the part I want to get off my chest because that's just not right. I mean, if it blows over here, they need to go over there and get it. At least come up to the person that owns it and say, can I go get that stuff out of there? I mean, it's no more than right. It's not their garbage. It's their garbage. You know, I mean, it's terrible. People out by us where we live at, and Jimmy knows what I'm saying. I mean, it's terrible.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Josh.
I want to change the subject. I'll preface this by
Josh,
saying,
we know who you are, but for the record, could you
yeah,
say
Josh
your name?
Hammer, Beaver Township. This is going to take more than 2 minutes, but everybody else did, so I expect the same.
No one went over 4 though.
I'll stand before. And if you find value in what I say, hopefully you'll let me continue. Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. Throughout the afternoon and evening of Tuesday, March 10, 2026, Indiana experienced several intense supercell thunderstorms and tornadoes. While Pulaski County was lucky to escape damage, our neighbors in Newton, Jasper, and Stark counties were not as lucky. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about something that quietly underpins our community safety and our county's resilience, our comprehensive emergency management plan. Under Indiana Code 10-14-3, every county in Indiana is required to maintain an emergency management agency as well as a current comprehensive plan. This is not optional. It is our legal foundation for preparedness, response, and recovery. It also ensures eligibility for state and federal assistance when disaster strikes. Our CEMP outlines how our county coordinates before, during, and after an emergency. It identifies who does what, how resources are managed, and how we protect life, property, and essential services. It keeps everyone from law enforcement, fire departments, to health, public works, and volunteer agencies operating from the same playbook. The plan follows statewide and national framework that ensures our efforts align with the Indiana Department of Homeland Security as well as FEMA, and it is built into 3 sections. The base plan, which sets up legal authorities, policies, and structure. the emergency support functions, or ESFs, which organize our operational responsibilities, the support annexes, which cover critical functions like finance, logistics, and volunteer management. This structure ensures our county connects seamlessly with the state operations plan if we ever need additional support. The backbone of the operations is the 15 support functions, or ESFs. Each one groups agencies and capabilities around a specific area of responsibilities. I'm going to list all 15 of these, but I won't say what they are, and I'll let you read it afterwards. Transportation, communications, public works, firefighting, emergency management, mass care and human services, logistics, public health and medical services, search and rescue, hazardous material responses, agriculture and natural resources, energy, public safety and security, recovery and mitigation, and external affairs. Each of these functions has clear lead supporting agencies, ensuring that we can activate the right people quickly and efficiently. Next, we have support annexes. Our support annexes describe the administrative backbone that keep everything moving: financial tracking, resources management, volunteer coordination, and the continuation of governance. These processes are what allows us to make sound decisions under pressure and recover eligible costs after a disaster. Next up, we have our community lifelines. This plan also integrates the community lifelines framework used by FEMA and IDHS. These lifelines represent the essential systems that keep our county functioning: safety and security, food, water and shelter, health and medical, energy, communications, transportation, and hazardous material management. In any major emergency, our number one goal is to stabilize these lifelines as quickly as possible. That's what determines how quickly our communities can recover. Annual update requirements. Now, the most important part of this plan is keeping it current. State law and IDHS guidelines require that every county update and review its plan annually. The annual update includes verifying contracts, integrating recent training and exercise outcomes, and revising hazard profiles or resource inventories. Our compliance isn't just bureaucratic. It protects our eligibility for state and federal disaster funding and reimbursement. It also demonstrates due diligence to our residents, our insurers, and our partners across the region. Commissioners, this plan is more than an emergency document. It is a cornerstone of good governance. It reduces risk, aligns agencies, and provides accountability. When disaster does happen, it is the difference between scrambling and executing. It ensures that we can protect lives and property while restoring normal operations as quickly as possible. For you as county leaders, maintaining a strong current comprehensive emergency response plan represents fiscal responsibility, intergovernmental coordination, and community confidence. It shows that our county is not just compliant but prepared. By supporting the continued maintenance and annual update of our comprehensive emergency management plan, you are supporting the safety, stability, and resilience of our county. It is how we make sure that when our citizens need us most, we are ready, unified, equipped, and accountable. Thank you for your leadership and continued thoughts on this. And I have included my works cited page if anybody wants to see where I got my information, and I will share it with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Anyone else?
So Sherry Fagner from Pulaski County, I live in Monroe Township, and I have two topics. One, I'm going to reiterate what Josh said, very important. I can tell you, if you have seen the damage, and I've deployed to over 50 disasters, there's nothing more powerful than seeing it in your own region. Like, it's in our own backyard, right? It's not Pulaski County, but Jasper County is next door. Newton County is next door to that. I was in Newton County this week, and I'll tell you, if that happened here, we are severely underprepared to handle it. Jasper County, Stark County had damage. The state is sitting in Newton County. If we're not prepared to do what we need to do in this county, the state's not going to be here. Unless the plane falls out of the sky, and it's a big deal in Pulaski County, we need to be ready, and we are not. I have said this for many years. I recently asked if our CMP was updated. It's not been updated. I can tell you that. I did ask Rochelle. It's not been updated. And when those agencies don't know, or those support functions, when they don't know that they have a responsibility when something happens, they need a seat at the table. I don't know how we expect them to do that job successfully. We've got very good responders in this county. We can put fires out, we can respond to medical, we can get them to the hospital, and we can secure through our law enforcement. That is not all it takes to be prepared. Those agencies have to work together. They have to be ready to respond together. And God forbid, our community needs resources, whether that be, and those are those lifelines that Josh talked about, whether it's infrastructure, homes, food, water. It's all very important, and we have no plan to speak of in this. And yes, and I'm going to say thank you to all of the union folks that were here today, but I will tell you, I love that they have, the opportunity to work, but I do not think that there is a single person that understands what that has done to our community. And we have spent so much time on solar in this county that the real issues of the county are not being addressed. I do not agree that we need more projects in this county. We need to focus on what our county citizens need first.
Thank you. And Sherry, may I, before you go, because Rochelle, I know you're sitting back there, and I know we're having emergency meetings and all that. What is the timeline, Rochelle, for having that plan completed?
So, as you know, we currently worked on updating our MHMP mitigation plan, and I can't update any other plans until I have that back.
You haven't received that yet?
I'm having a call with him today to see where he's at with that, so we can get it back as soon as possible. So then I can start updating other plans.
That plan does not stop us from communicating in our county.
I'm not saying that it is.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
Natasha Doherty, EMS. Since we're talking about what Josh discussed as well as Sherry, I was sitting at home that day waiting for our crews to call me in, knowing that there may be potentially storm damage, as well as talking to the Jasper County Director and the Director of Stark County, knowing what the path of the tornado looked like for them. My chase vehicle was denied by the council until the survey was conducted, but essentially I still do not have a vehicle should I need to be called in for one of these emergencies to be able to respond. So I did want to discuss that as well. It was a little concerning this past week.
Okay. Thank you, Natasha. Appreciate it.
We're getting close to the time that we need to suspend or adjourn this meeting for the Drainage Board meeting.
We have one more down.
Is there one more? Thank you, sir.
My name is Ryan Baum from Cedar Lake, Indiana. I'm here on behalf of my members and the representative for the local 130 technical engineers. We have members that have moved into the community. Their kids go to Eastern Pulaski schools. They do everything here. They eat their lunches, dinners. They live here. And the rumors of a moratorium on solar is, getting them nervous. So just on behalf of my members, I'm here to let you guys know that they are worried about it and they would love to stay here. Okay, and the taxes and everything, all I can say is it does bring money into the county that helps with hazard response, schools, everything for your government and your infrastructure. This does help. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Thank you.
One more comment, and I'm brief. Thank you. Dana Lambert, Richmond Township. I appreciate the people who have leased their land to solar, anticipating the purported money income. I can appreciate all of the unions who have worked for their workers. I remember one union member saying, this was a couple, 3 years ago, that Pulaski County was going to keep him employed until his retirement. So we're really a cash cow for the unions, but we do appreciate what they do. But we don't have strong ordinances. And I believe that was the discussion at the last commissioners meeting, that the reason why we were going to ask for a moratorium. That still exists, no matter whether we've got people worrying about getting income from their rented land, or whether it's union workers worried about future employment here or training apprentices. we still have the main issue that we don't have strong ordinances. That hasn't changed. So I'm asking that we continue with that process. And I do have a question. It was my understanding of the last meeting that you were all in agreement for a moratorium, but you wanted to follow the proper procedure, excuse me, by going through the APC. The APC has a meeting this Friday evening. Is a moratorium on the agenda? And if it's not, why not? What happened in the process? What happened that, was there a breakdown for communication between you and the building department?
Right, but I'm seeing a draft.
So that's my question. And if it is not brought up at the APC meeting, and hopefully there will be a quorum, where we've kicked the can down the road for more months.
Can you speak to that, Jacob, where we are on that?
Well, I'm aware of the discussion of a moratorium and a draft of one being prepared. Whether or not it's on the agenda, I'm not their attorney. I know that's Cliff Robinson. Carla, I don't know if, is there something on?
What I had said in the email in response to your conversation, I had drafted a moratorium for you and Cliff to review. And I said that I didn't know if this was going to happen, if the commissioners would be the procurement cause or if APC was for somebody to let me know, because APC can't vote on it because it wasn't advertised in the legal notice.
And why wasn't it advertised? That's my question.
Because there's a deadline that we have 10 days notice, and I have to submit it the week before it gets published, so we had lost basically 7 days. And in that window, the commissioners had met and discussed it, you know.
Okay.
So there is something drafted, and I guess that just whatever the board decides with legal counsel.
All right, thank you for that explanation.
Thank you.
Well, I'm hoping that there will be then another special session with the APC very soon where this can be addressed, because time is of the essence. We need protections in Pulaski County, strong ordinances. We do not have them now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We need to move on to our drainage board meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second to adjourn. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you.
Jenny, I know you guys got a few minutes. I wanted to clarify.
Pardon me?
I wanted to clarify on the issue of vegetation.
Yeah.
So